My day-to-day life is pretty crazy, really. I'm a full-time working single mum of 3 children. My normal week consists of a 45-hour work week, plus helping children with all their activities. I started off competing in ultramarathons about 5 years ago. On a whim, I signed up to a 100-kilometre event 4 months out, having probably never walked further than about 5 kilometres before that. And at the finish line of it, I said to myself, that was the stupidest thing I've ever done in my life, and I will never do anything like that ever again. I think that lasted about 3 weeks before I was searching the internet for the next thing. So over the past 5 years, I've done a whole range of multi-day events and ultra events in different places in the world. After I had had my own personal experience of having such a wonderful time in ultramarathons and multi-day trail, one of the things that was really apparent to me was that there weren't actually a lot of people that looked like me who were out doing these events. And when I started speaking to people, it was because they think when they look at the advertising for events and activities that they only see really sporting, athletic-looking people. And the feeling is that if you don't look like that, then these events couldn't possibly be for you. And I just know that that's not true, and I know it's not true because I've been out there and I've done these events. And so I started thinking, well, if I'm going to go to one of these events, then maybe if I offered the opportunity for them to come with me as a team, that would be a way to introduce some more people to this wonderful sport and this wonderful activity. We have a team of 18 women, and the criteria for joining up to the team was that you had to be totally terrified by the experience that you were going to embark on and willing to train for the event to be part of the team. They were the criteria.
I'm a student support officer at a primary school.
I have a company called Merino Country.
I'm a small business creator.
I'm a sailor. I work for the Royal Australian Navy.
Normal people would drive!
So the Simpson Desert Ultra is located just near Birdsville in southwestern Queensland. We've got distances of 25, 50, 75 and 100 kilometres. There's a lot of crossing of sand dunes, a lot of traversing across the top of sand dunes, and also across a lot of gibber plains, which are, a lot of people hate them. It's basically just like a rocky, flat section that you kick your toes on, and it gets very, very frustrating at times. But it's a very big factor and a very big part of what this terrain is, so it's really important to incorporate that into the event as well.
I haven't had my nervous bodily functions yet, so we'll see, but hungry, I'm hungry and thirsty and nervous, yeah.
Pretty keen to get started. I think the waiting around is not helping the nerves, but I'm sure I'll be excited once we get started, and
Oh, it's that combination at the moment amongst the crew of being excited and being terrified and not knowing if this is the right thing to do or how it's going to go. But I think once they get out and take those first couple of steps, everyone will be great.
I'd like to welcome everyone on behalf of the traditional owners of the Wonkanuru and Yarralindi people, past, present and emerging. Please enjoy our beautiful ancient land, and may the spirits be with you. Thank you.
The thing about ultramarathons that caught my interest was I really enjoy walking, and I use walking as a form of to help with my mental health. I've struggled with mental health, with depression and anxiety, and that this is something that I can prove to myself how strong I really am.
All this ultra long distance make you scared. You think that all this thing is for people that fit, people who can run so fast, ultra fast. But Cath always convince people, regardless what your shape, regardless what your background, you can do this.
It's a great idea to have a bunch of women proving that we can do whatever we want to do.
I've connected now with a great group of people out here, and you've got a great team leader in Cath, who I admire greatly, and I think she's doing such a fantastic thing about anybody can do something like this. And I'm pretty sure if she hadn't been doing this, I wouldn't have done it at all.
I'm going to run out of time taking photos.
I found out 2 years ago that I'm going to lose my vision in the next future little bit. I have cone rod dystrophy. I get quite affected by the light, so I'm fortunate enough to live life through rose-coloured glasses every day. Sometimes getting out of bed's a bit hard, but having the motivation of an event is very helpful. I just want to see as many things as I can before I lose my vision. And wouldn't have thought I'd be running 100 kilometres.
For the women in this team, they're going to go through a whole range of emotions in this event. I expect there's going to be some severe anxiety and nerves, particularly at the start line. I think there's also going to be some very dark moments for them, especially for the ones doing the longer distances at that 2-3 o'clock in the morning mark. It is really hard to keep going at the time when your body's saying that you should be asleep. But I think as they get to the end and the buzz that there's going to be around this course, that I'm really confident that there's going to be some really high emotions as we get to that last kilometre and that finish line.
It's all going good, feeling pretty good physically and mentally, so pretty happy with that. Just got to keep going. The anxiety I've had leading up to the race has been pretty intense, and there have been many moments where I've just wanted to say, no, I can't do this, I'm going home kind of thing. But yeah, really just to show myself that I am a strong person, that I can get through anything.
I just got lost in the dunes.
Oh, really? What happened?
I just lost track of the markers, and then when I found the markers, there were markers everywhere and I couldn't work out which way I was going. So I've done an extra 1.5 kilometres, so we should be good now.
It's always a little bit daunting when you've got all your people out there at night time, but hopefully I think we've got faith in the way that we've done our course, so fingers crossed everything goes off well.
Pretty good now. The first part of the course is really, really sandy, and there's some quite big dunes.
Yep.
And that's right in the heat of the day. And I think coming from Canberra, I hadn't quite anticipated quite how much I'd be affected by the heat. So pretty slow through that section, but then we got to the sunset, and I was at the sunset right on the top of the dune, just perfectly timed it actually, and had that magnificent view across the red sand.
I fell over and lost a lens to my glasses. Flag to flag at the moment. Struggling because I can't go round, I just have to go straight from flag to flag because I don't want to lose the flags.
As I came into the third checkpoint, I was pretty upset. I was freaking out about being slow. I was in pain. I was shocked by how hard it was right from the beginning.
The experience that we've had on the course today has been really, really tough. I don't think any of us expected quite how difficult it was underfoot. There's pretty much no solid surfaces on this course, so you were going between sand and rocks and clay that basically collapses below your foot. Unfortunately, about 7 kilometres before the end of the second lap, I was busy trying to see a marker and took a step forward and fell down a hole, and so I've got quite a bit of radiating pain down my legs. The medic has said that she doesn't recommend that I continue.
So I think failure is a really interesting concept. So there's a very linear view of failure, which says if you turn up to do the Simpson Desert Ultra and you start the event and you don't complete the distance you signed up for, that you have failed. But I'm wondering whether that's actually a useful way of looking at failure. And I look at it quite a different way. If I go out and do the event, there's 2 things that can happen when I start. I can start and I can finish, and I can start and I can not finish. But why is starting and not finishing failure? Because if I don't finish the event, by my tally, I've still dramatically improved my physical abilities and my mental strength. I've still come to the most spectacular location and met the most wonderful people. And I've still enjoyed an experience that is totally unique and so different to what I do at home. It is certainly possible that some of these women might not complete these events. But in my mind, not one of them will have failed because they've done the hard work, they've done the physical and mental preparation, they've come out here and they're going to have the most magnificent experience.
Yeah, so obviously I didn't get the personal result that I'm after today, but I had a magnificent 50k out on that course. The scenery is absolutely spectacular, and I suppose the positive side of having to withdraw with the last 50k to go is I can now stand on that finish line and support the rest of the team as they come through those checkpoints and through the finish line.
I love that first part of the morning where you get the pre-dawn, before the pre-dawn even happens and it's dark, and then you get that first bit of sunrise, and I feel like every hike and thing I've ever done, if you're somewhere and it's dead quiet, you can actually feel the earth take a breath just as the sun cracks. Here we are. Taryn with no glasses. No glasses does not work. Slows you down, makes you clumsy, and cuts your run about 50 k's short. But that's all right, because I got to walk the last leg with Bella, and we are having a stunning morning watching the sunrise. Bella's running already. Isn't that pretty?
They're doing their own Simpson Desert Ultra. Those sand dunes are pretty tough. I felt that because I wasn't, slim and sort of trim, taut and terrific, and that's what an athlete You know, Cath messaged me one day and said something about being an athlete, and I laughed. And I said, oh, that's really funny. And she said, well, you are an athlete. And I thought, oh yeah, I guess so.
Wow.
It's a beautiful challenge. It's amazing country. It's tough, but it is so well worth doing.
My goal was to challenge myself to do the 50, but I finished 31 Ks, and it was an amazing 31 Ks. Come run toward the line, and it is emotional. It makes you feel emotional as well. Like the connection is there.
Just made the decision to can the next 2 loops and then get up in the morning and do another 25 when the sun came up. Just being adaptable, and I've still done an ultra.
So we're standing at the finish waiting for our final 3 people, which includes Kylie, who's been an absolute champion all day. She's been doing the 100 kilometres and she's out on that final leg, and we're expecting her any moment.
Physically pretty tired, pretty warm, not really coping with the heat too well, or not loving it. Have had some ankle problems probably since about 30 Ks that I've been managing, but yeah, other than that, just glad that there's not long to go.
I guess there's a few times where I've thought, oh, can I make up some kind of excuse as to why I don't do this, that, you know, the Birdsville track's closed, or, you know, COVID might happen so I can't come, or I've injured myself in some way, but it's that I've wanted to do this for so long. I've spent a lot of my life where I have not done things. I've sort of hidden myself away because of the anxiety of things.
Had a pretty low point coming in after the 3rd loop, and was pretty teary, but got a hug from Dad and got a bit of a pep talk from Cath that picked me up.
It's been good to have people to sort of bounce our worries off of, have some other people that maybe are not what society projects as the ideal athletes. We're all people that are going to go out there and give it a go and do our best.
I'm pumped, but I'm exhausted and I'm just glad that's over.
That was fun, wasn't it?
I think for me, one of the things that's a really important message for women, particularly I find for middle-aged women, is that we can get caught up in society's expectation of what it is that we're supposed to be and what we're supposed to do. And for a lot of us, that is about being the perfect mum and working and having a career and perhaps having it all and doing all of that. And it's very easy for us to lose ourselves and our passion in all of that. And my message for women who might find themselves in that situation is to really think about what their passion is and what they want to do with their lives, and not think that because of their age, or they haven't done it for 20 years, or they're unfit, or they don't look like a picture in a brochure, that they can't do it. because everybody can get out and explore their passion. And whether that's a passion to learn a new language, to learn a musical instrument, or to go out and do an ultramarathon, they're all worthy goals. Because one thing I've really learnt is that adventure is something that's really personal. It's different to every person, but we all deserve to have that adventure and to get out and follow our passion.